In an unexpected turn of events, the sacred Kaaba, the spiritual epicenter for millions, has found itself immersed in the rising waters of a sudden flood in Mecca. But what led to the unexpected flooding? And how did it impact the revered Kaaba? Was it a mere act of nature, or does it carry a deeper message? Well, let's find out. In recent times, Mecca, the spiritual epicenter of Islam in Saudi Arabia, has experienced a phenomenon that has left both religious followers and onlookers in shock. Extreme storms and heavy rainfall have swept across the sacred city, affecting pilgrims, shutting down schools, and creating chaotic scenes. Pilgrims performing the tawaf, the ritualistic circling of the Kaaba, found themselves soaked and slipping on the wet floor as rain thrashed down. Videos also captured the unusual sight of objects being carried around by the strong currents. The year 2023 had etched itself into the annals of Mecca's history, not just as a year of extreme weather, but as a year that sparked profound questions about divine intervention and the parallels between the past and the present. The unprecedented flooding in Mecca has triggered discussions and comparisons to a biblical event, the Great Flood recorded in the Bible during Noah's time. The flood wiped out all living creatures, sparing only Noah, his family, and a chosen remnant of animals. The flood in Mecca has evoked fear and raised questions about the nature of such catastrophic events and their potential spiritual implications, whether it carries a divine message or punishment. This narrative draws parallels between the two floods, exploring the reasons behind God's decision to send a cataclysmic flood in Noah's era and the potential connections to the recent events in Mecca. It brings forth questions about divine intervention and the symbolism of such a natural calamity. Is the flood a sign of God's displeasure or a warning to humanity about its moral state? The flood in Noah's time, as documented in Genesis, was a response to the rampant sin and corruption that had engulfed the earth. The Bible depicts a world where every inclination of the human heart was towards evil, leading to God's decision to wipe out all life through a flood. The flood served as a reset, cleansing the earth and symbolizing God's judgment on moral decay, and restoring it to a state that aligned with God's original intent. While some interpretations leaned towards a human context, others suggested a more supernatural scenario involving angels and their interaction with humans. The three specific groups mentioned in Genesis 6 that are considered are the sons of God, the daughters of humans, and the Nephilim. Genesis 6, 5-7 emphasizes the moral decay of humanity as the primary reason for the flood. However, the text explores different perspectives on why God chose a flood as a means of destruction. It considers the possibility of fallen angels influencing humanity, drawing from interpretations that identify the sons of God in Genesis 6 as angels. The narrative connects this interpretation to the Book of Enoch, suggesting a scenario where angels, known as watchers, engaged in forbidden relationships with human women, resulting in the birth of Nephilim, a race of giants. This view, though debated, is presented as a potential explanation for the severity of God's judgment through a flood. As the text unfolds, it also delves into the significance of the ark in Noah's story, highlighting how God provided a means of escape for those who heeded the warning and believed in the impending judgment. The ark becomes a symbol of salvation, emphasizing the importance of faith in God's mercy and provision. This parallels with the present-day situation in Mecca, where the floods serve as a reminder of the consequences of rejecting divine warnings and the need for spiritual refuge. As we navigate the mysteries surrounding these events, the call to faith, righteousness, and a genuine relationship with the divine echoes through the ages, resonating with humanity's eternal quest for meaning and salvation. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you see it as a natural event, or was the flood in Mecca a sign from God, a spiritual message, or perhaps do you see it as a blend of both? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video intriguing, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel for more.